Well, here we are on another episode of Unfoodable, our feature series where we talk about all things fast casual, casual dining, trends in culinary, you name it. This show covers it, but we cover it from a CEO level. And we talk to some of the best minds in the business. Thanks for stopping in on this episode. Today, I've got João Barbosa from Giraffas.
Hi, Paul. Welcome to Giraffas.
So when you look at expansion in the U.S., what are some of the things that really made your team, your executive team, say, this is a market we think we can do well in here at, and bringing a brand like Giraffas to the U.S.?
Okay, we began discussing the international strategy in 2006, 5 years before we opened the first location here. At that time, we were growing a lot in Brazil. We're still growing 100 stores every 3 years.
Oh, wow.
How could we continue growing in the segment? We decided to move international. Moving international, then we came with the second question, okay, where could we also learn and, bring knowledge and know-how and improve the operation in Brazil?
Yeah.
So we look at the demographics, and Florida has a huge Latin community, and a lot of Brazilians are here.
What about the menu? Was that tough to
Yeah, the menu
transition?
was another thing that we had to adjust. Of course, the main structure of the menu, the core of the menu is the same. In Brazil, we have we're Giraffas sanduíches e grelhados. It means steaks and burgers. The thing here is in the U.S., as we decided to come a bit more upscale compared to the Brazilian concept, we also, of course, had to bring an upscale on the menu as well. We have products that we have here in the U.S. that we don't serve in Brazil. In Brazil, our menu is even,
even
broader than the one that we have here in the U.S. So already, when we came here in the fast casual, we already shrank the menu. We have too many options in the menu. With a lot of options on steaks, on the burgers, on the Brazilian kitchen, on salads, and sometimes we feel that people get confused, when especially the first time guests they come to the restaurant, they spend sometimes 10-15 minutes to understand to everything that we're offering. So this this we have some of those fine-tuned adjustments to start really thinking on going to other regions, and this is our homework for this year.
You guys do some things a little bit differently here. You've got a lot of technology in the store, these LCDs. What's your plan with that?
Right now we have the digital menu boards to help the guests, to understand the menu and to bring offers. But the thing that we're focusing more now is the TVs. Mm-hmm. Right now, at this moment, we're just showing bringing some feeds, tweets, but the plan, we're already developing the Giraffas TV.
Okay.
And the plan is to use those TVs to engage, interact with the guests. So we're gonna bring some, some information about different aspects of Brazil. We're gonna bring some recipes.
You said something though there with your menu being more sophisticated than what you were doing in Brazil. Do you find that the U.S. consumers are more aware of culinary aspects in, eating out in restaurants? Do you feel that the demand is just this much higher, or is it just the American lifestyle?
I think the healthy, conscious. This is something that is really coming. It's and here we have 90% of our menu here comes from the grill.
Okay.
So we do the steaks, the burgers, even the vegetables. We bring them on the grill. This is something that we can offer, grilled stuff, healthy stuff. We have some ingredients here that help us to achieve that. And in Brazil, things are, to offer the same quality of food that we are offering here in Brazil would cost us way more expensive.
Yeah. So João, every brand deals with challenges, and you guys, of course, are dealing with an international jump. You're looking at reformatting the brand itself, to adapt to the U.S. market. What are some of the things you guys have faced this year and in your development years here in South Florida?
In Brazil, we have 400 locations, all franchise.
Right.
So that's the way we grew in Brazil, through the franchise system. Here in the US, when we opened the first location, or we were discussing about opening a restaurant here, we couldn't start with franchise,
right?
Because like we couldn't, we needed to test the concept first,
right? Kind of show the map.
So of course, like we made the investment in the first restaurant and say, okay, let's see how it goes, and we put the money to open that first restaurant. So it was like a corporate location, and then we said, okay, there's more space to grow here in the US, but we continue putting our own money, to open those following restaurants. So right now we have 10, 11 locations, with the one that we opened last week, all corporate. The idea is now the growth now it's going to be all through franchise. Right now we're focused in Florida. We're going to continue growing in Florida. We have this big challenge of bringing the concept to other states, other regions in the US.
The cool thing about the US is there's about 20 major cities that are evolving as kind of food epicenters. But when you look forward in developing a brand, so fast casual obviously is a huge segment buster here, but it's also one of those categories where there is so much choice. Now with over 700 different concepts out there in the US that are from 1 or 2 units all the way up to as many as Paneras and Chipotles. How do you guys feel that you'll challenge that market?
Everyone wants to play in this segment, fast casual, and how can we differentiate within those thousands of brands in the fast casual industry? It's offering something different. I think that if we're able to bring really bring that Brazilian experience, we want to offer a different cuisine apart from the typical that we find here.
Yeah.
And with a lot of hospitality.
Absolutely.
And that's the way that we are that's the way we're working to find our space within this huge competition that is the fast casual industry. That's
interesting. Well, João, it has been so much fun here with you today on an episode of Foodable. We get a chance to pick guys' brains like yours. It's fun to hear perspectives really from, 2 completely different markets with 2 complete different mindsets of how you're developing your brand. It's been great.
Thank you, Paul. It was really a pleasure talking to you.